Lists is a new, standalone Microsoft 365 app which we find works best within Microsoft Teams. It's a great tool to use to track information and resources on projects. There are two ways to add a list to a team. The first is using the three dots in the left toolbar, search for the Lists application, hit Add to a Team, search for the team you want to add the list to, and then hit Set up a tab. The other way, which is much simpler, is to go into the team you want to add the tab to, hit the plus button at the top, find the lists in your recent apps or search for it in the search bar. Once loaded, you then just hit the save button and the list will be added as a tab in the top of your team. We're going to start by hitting create a list. So you can see here there are three options. There's an option to create a blank list from scratch, import one from Excel, or from an existing list, which could be an old SharePoint list. Below there's a selection of templates which you can use, which are helpful for specific projects. We're going to start by looking at a template. When you select to use a template, it will show you what the list will look like when data has been populated. You can have a look through the different templates to see if they're right for you. We're going to look at the event itinerary. So we're going to select Use Template. You can change the name, so we'll do CyberConf 2020, add a description, pick a colour for your list and a little icon too, and then hit the Create button. You'll see the List tab has changed at the top. Once created, you'll see the column titles along the top here. But first, we need to add some data. So we're going to hit the New Item button. This will bring up all the column titles for you to complete. You can also add attachments. So I've now added some data to our list, and I'm just going to make it a little bigger using the Expand tab at the top. At the top of each column, next to the session name, you'll see a little arrow. You can use this arrow to filter, sort and group your information. So we could sort session name by A to Z, or we could group by session type. If we scroll along to the end of the list, you'll see the option to add a new column. This will give you a variety of choices depending on the type of information you want to add to your list. Back using the tab on an existing column, you can go into column settings. This gives you the option to edit a column, format it, move it, or hide it. Another way you can move your columns to rearrange them by priority is to simply click and drag. Next to the New Item button, you'll see the three dots. Clicking this allows you to export your list into Excel or open it up in SharePoint. If we open the list in SharePoint, it will give you other features, such as using Power Apps and Flow. But back to Teams. You can also change how you view a list. So there are the options to use List, Compact List, or Gallery. If we go back to List, you can see that the session titles are clickable. By clicking on these, you can open full details of the session. What's great in this view is the conversation button. If, say, I've assigned a speaker here, you can directly message them and say something like, "Is your presentation ready?" Maybe add a little emoji in too. If you hit the send button, this conversation will then appear in the main channel of your team. And finally, it's good to show you a blank list. So if you hit the blank list button, we can give it a name, so Office Design Project, a description, so redesigning the upstairs office, a colour, and again a little icon. We'll go for a spaceship, and then hit the create button. So you can see that this looks very similar to the template, just without column titles. So all you have to do is add your column and choose from the selection of column items available. We hope this overview of lists has helped, but if you have any further questions, we'll be happy to help.